What's happening? What's happening?
Yo, what's
Yo,
up? What's up, my boy? How you
what's
feeling?
up? What up, bro?
Man, chilling. Happy Monday to everybody out here, man. I'm just happy for another week, bro.
Man, don't we know it, man?
Yes,
Don't we
sir.
know it? We all
Yes.
in this daily grind together, man.
Yeah,
You
absolutely,
know,
man. Absolutely.
nowadays,
Absolutely.
everybody feeling some type of pressure. You know, we got we
Definitely.
got personal pressures, we got world pressures.
Right. Nah, man, no doubt, no doubt. But that's why it's important to incorporate, the health and fitness lifestyle to get you going, man. Because I mean, that's usually what carries me through it. That's my stress reliever.
Oh yeah, most definitely, bro.
Yeah.
Um, so we got some people hopping in. I see. Um, so what I want to do, man, is most don't know, guys. Me and this man go back since we were kids.
Kids, man. Yeah, man. Hey, many moons ago, now we got kids, and they act like we was never kids before or something, man.
But
So crazy.
man, man.
Yeah.
So, guys, welcome to Tips by Tibbs. We got my man Stephan Fouche on. This man's he's actually been in the game longer than me. He's got some years on me. So I definitely respect his knowledge, and that's why I really wanted him to come on. He's one of the guys that in the game that I respect and I look up to. I listen to him, and I pay attention to him.
Mhm.
So I know everything about you. So go ahead and give the viewers your whole background and everything that you do.
Yeah, well, I appreciate the kind words, man. And then, what I'm saying, keep doing what you're doing, big bro. What I'm saying, it's just trust the process and what you're doing. Me personally, like I said, I've been in the field for about 20, 22 years now. Uh, I'm a co-owner of Iron Bear Fitness Chicago, and I also have my own business, NLS Athletic. So, I've
Can you
been
type those
blessed.
ads? Can you type those ads in the comments so they can actually see it?
I got you. Yeah, yes, sir. So,
Yeah.
so that's that's basically it's been a passion of mine forever, man. Started all the way through college to now at this point. Every time I add another year to how long I've been doing it, man, I be feeling old. But hey, man, I got some experience. I'm used to being the young cat, so I struggle with that, but it is what it is, man.
You're getting better though, man. You're getting better.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
aging like
saying?
that fine wine. I know. I
Man,
know. That's why I'm like, I gotta like, stress the fact, as we get older, it's a blessing in itself. So I'm good with it.
you're one of the very few people that I actually know in my circle that's
Hmm.
also a master trainer. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And people take that word lightly. They think that we just be typing that in our bios like it's just a thing,
Yeah, there's
you
a
know,
lot of
to,
people who do
to
that. There's a lot of people who do that. Guys, do y'all research on people, please.
please do. So, it's funny how like and we'll get into a lot of the stuff. It's funny how like people will, they'll actually join like a company and then they're automatically a coach.
Yeah.
you know, because that company has got them selling a product. So
Yeah.
now they're a coach. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to know that ain't this guy right here. This guy is a true master trainer.
Yeah, man, no doubt, man. It's a saturated market now, obviously, man. But you know what, man? I ain't here to talk about other folks as far as how they doing things because it's a new time. Everything's a microwave society, man. So if they see somebody that been working out all their life, then all of a sudden they come out with a product and said that this product that did this for me, even though they done worked out all their life and y'all want to believe it, that's on y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's the hustle,
I
man.
love it.
Yeah, it's a
I
hustle.
love it. Hey,
Yeah.
so I got my notes here so we
Mhm.
could kind of stay structured, but I know that might not happen. We gonna probably get off track, but we gonna try to get through it.
Okay.
So one
Chop
of
it
the
up.
bullet points that we put on there for the viewers to come on and get some tips. What's up, Erica? I see you just joined. Uh,
Oh,
One of the points
Erica.
we're talking about exercise fads, right?
Yeah.
And it seemed like every year there's something new. There's a craze where people are like, "Man, I'm on this,"
Yeah.
right? And so, how do you uh, how do you feel about exercise fads?
Yeah, you know what? Well, it kind of for me it started with like I like CrossFit. I appreciate CrossFit. But CrossFit's a sport, right? But people are
Hmm.
like having whole CrossFit classes and it's a whole bunch of people in the class, not everybody paying attention to, you know, form and how to do things. And it's not that sustainable. Like, I used to play football back in the day. I can't play football every day and expect my body not to be messed up, right? So people be out here doing CrossFit every day, and their bodies be struggling through it. So I always tell
Breaking
my
down.
clientele it's what you want to do that's sustainable. You know what I mean? Like do your weight training, do your walking cardio, do like stuff that they can do on a consistent basis to sustain, to get to their goals, as opposed to like revving it up. Then next thing you know, you can't move for 2, 3 days, and if you're not moving, you're not losing weight anyway. You know what I'm talking about?
Then they might be discouraged for that pain they feel, and they're like, "This ain't for me. Like, I'm not working out," because they're not athletes and they're not used to feeling what we feel more
Exactly.
regularly.
Hmm.
You know, uh, so that's like a general fad. What about like these commercial fads, like shake the weight? Uh, you stand on the thing and like it just shake your body, and then it's supposed to give you abs, or like you're supposed to
Yeah.
rub this cream on your belly, and then you're supposed to go run a mile because the cream on your belly. You're like,
Well, everybody's gonna. So with all those things is well, that's just kind of how our society is, man. If I can offer you a product that you don't have to put in that much work and effort towards, you're gonna probably pay for that product because you still, feel a certain type of way about how long it's actually gonna take you to get to your goals. And that's just it's the quick pill thing, man. So it's important to just kind of continue to tell your clientele that it's going to take time for you to get to your goals, just like it took a lot of time to gain the weight that they don't want no more.
that's what I was gonna ask you. How do we? Because you and I generally we're generally on the same page. Everybody got different views,
Mhm.
but for the most part, we're generally on the same page. How do we zone people back in to focusing on the basics rather than looking for something that's the new thing?
Yeah, well, first of all, obviously, you just be honest with them, right? You just tell them what you need. You just tell them that that's not gonna work. But then they got to look at how you do things. Like when you're posting how consistently you working out on a regular basis. I try to do the same thing. We post about the how we meal prep and how we prepare ourselves. Just kind of practice what we preach. But you got to just kind of constantly hit them over the head. I get constant questions about this diet, that diet, this exercise, and that exercise. But at the end of the day, it's just about you moving around, especially the older we get. And that's why I try to really
Hmm.
emphasize that. Just stay moving, because when you're sitting down and not moving enough, that's when a lot of those injuries start to pop up.
Hmm. And you and I are on that same wavelength as far as like we're searching for that unicorn of balance,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, all right, yeah, we're preaching live this lifestyle a certain way. But that don't mean you can't go have a couple of drinks. That
Right.
don't mean you can't, live your life because we only got one of them.
Yeah.
So that unicorn, man, that's that's a hard thing we chasing.
Yeah, well, I think I mean, it's just as human beings, we just tend to put too much pressure on ourselves. Like if I look in the mirror long enough, I'm gonna look at my flaws before my gains.
Yeah.
Our eyes are just like that, man. So when we're not patient enough with ourselves to get to a certain point, and to understand that it's an actual process, I know I keep throwing that word around, but it's important. Then you allow yourself to make some mistakes in the what I'm saying, along those lines. But when going back to balance, life balance, I mean, that's all it's about, man. That's why I always preach, like, everything is like 33 and a third of diet, 33 of a third of exercise and regular activity, and then 33 and a third of like, you got some stressful people around. It's your lifestyle, man. You got to get rid of some people, man, because if you're around a whole bunch of negativity, man, you can't help but think negatively. So that's my main thing.
Hey, that's a new brand for you, bro. That 33 and a third. I think you need to go ahead and
Yeah,
trademark that,
hey,
man.
listen, man, listen, hey, look, man, I just, what's so funny, man, I can only like relate things to sports, you know what I'm saying? Because, that's
Yeah.
all I've played, you know what I'm saying? So I'd be like, all right, man, well, if I'm down, it's the first quarter, I could just I could chip away by the time I get to the third quarter, then I'm in the game and I have to pull it off in the fourth quarter. But those simple ways of doing things that like, you just got to find your niche as far as mentally when you're trying to get to your goals, man. You can't win.
Yeah.
You can't hit a 4-run homer, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With nobody on base. So it's you know what I'm saying? So you gotta get to that point.
Man, those are wise words, man. That's the first time I ever heard you say that. The 33 and a third, man. That's brilliant.
Yeah,
Cause like I always tell, like I go with the whole, it's 85%, diet, the other 15 workout, or I'll break it down even further and say you got to add 10% mental,
hmm
like, but that's genius, man. 33 and third, I like that, man.
yeah. Because I just break them
Yeah,
down, break them down all evenly because I think that you know it's a I don't want to say process again, but there's levels to it. If you can't get to your daily exercise, then focus on the diet because eventually the exercise comes next. If you're exercising every day, then slowly but surely figure out the diet and figure out your niche there. And then also because also the way you're living your life, people that you're around, because a lot of those people are what may create some stress where you're binge eating or trying to eat something that make you feel good about yourself, the stuff like that. So it's important to understand your circle and not try not to be so stressed out, even if it's at work or anything like that.
I'm glad you started mentioning the diet. That's a great segue into the next points that we were going to talk about as far as like fad diets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, like we turn on TV and we always see I'll just like the whole 30 or
Mm-hmm.
paleo or keto, or there's always something or these diets that's trying to group us, right,
Yep.
into something, right? So how do you personally feel about fad diets?
Well, I mean, if you cannot maintain the actual lifestyle, like if you do keto and you can't maintain that keto lifestyle for basically the rest of your life, then it's not going to work because eventually, as soon as you pick up a donut or or pick up something carb related, then you can kind of blow right back up. So when I tell people about diets, like like the simple tips, like make sure you have one raw food in your diet, in your meal, right? So if you're eating breakfast and you're having having eggs or something, blah blah blah, have a fruit with it, like an apple. Or if you're gonna make some dinner or make some lunch, just make sure you have maybe a side salad with whatever you're making, or just something like that, because you want to just so that's something that people can do. It's sustainable. So
Sustainable.
yeah, so you want to, because you got to do all these different things you have to do for a certain period of time. You know what I mean? It's like I said, you didn't gain all that weight within a 30-day period. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to lose all the weight that you want within a 30-day period. It goes back to being patient with ourselves and understanding that.
That's a great point. And and within my research, I wanted to find out why are these diets created, right? Like, are they created for gimmicks? Are they created because they work? Or are they created to make things simpler for us? I wanted to find this out for myself, right?
Right.
So what I found, I don't know if you found this too, but what I found is a lot of these diets were actually created for medical purposes. Like
Mm-hmm.
people that had problems with in certain areas, or they may have certain food allergies. They had to eat a certain way, or
Right. Makes
they
sense.
were so damn overweight that they was about to die any day. So they had to
Right.
like lose weight like really fast,
Right.
right? Um, so do you feel with like these fad diets, um, sometimes it's it's necessary to implement them into someone's life?
Well, yeah, it depends on, like you said, what their medical issues may be at the time. You know what I mean? So, you know, like most of my clientele, a lot of them, they don't necessarily have a lot of medical issues when it comes to their diet. Most of it is just maybe physical ailments and whatnot. But so, you know, it's like, but when I do run into those situations, it's okay to pick from one of those diets or one of those things. It's no longer a fad diet. This is what you have to do to maintain your livelihood. So it's just the regular person that's trying to do these things that don't have the, it's all about perspective. Like if my doctor's telling me I'm about to die if I don't do this diet, I'm probably gonna do the diet as opposed to someone who, I mean, I would think, right? Even though food is something that can be, I always look at food as something that can be addicting, right? So I do when I deal with my clients, I usually look at it more like, okay, a rehab as opposed to, hey man, just stop eating that shit. You know what I mean? It don't really work like that because a lot of these people lean on these foods to make them feel better about themselves. So I try to just try to pick away at certain things from those diets that may help them, but not necessarily tell them that's the diet. You know what I mean?
That actually, I'm glad you said that, because that led into my next question of what's the best way to obtain one's goals, any goals, weight loss, muscle gain, maintenance, without really adhering to a diet. Because I feel like the word diet kind of like gets misused.
Yeah, and
Right.
it also creates that word in itself can create stress. Like I'm on this certain
Yeah.
diet. Oh, I'm on this diet. I'm on this diet. I can't maintain this diet. What the hell's wrong with me? Blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah. All these different things,
Right.
as opposed to you just being like, hey, we're gonna reteach you how to do certain things. It's almost like, especially with adults, it's like teaching certain adults foreign language. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
When you when you're 2 or 3 years old, you could teach them multiple languages, but they'll absorb it quickly because it's a blank tablet. Us, we are just so used to doing things a certain type of way. We grew up, a lot of us grew up, you know what I'm saying, going to the liquor store before breakfast. I mean, for breakfast, and buying a honey bun and a juice, a geyser juice or something. You know what I'm saying? That's how we grew up eating. So now
and our bodies utilized it.
We utilized all that sugar, boy. We was in there, and then the teachers was mad at us. You know what I'm saying? But now you gotta understand each of these foods and the nutrients and why you have to do certain things. You have to reteach your clientele.
And that's a great point, guys, that he's just said, because like we're speaking from an athletic perspective, right? So when we were and we were in our youth, so when we were younger, I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I didn't adhere to any type of nutritional value foods. Like I would, like he said, for breakfast I would eat a honey bun and the little juice with the little aluminum foil on top.
You're right,
for 25 cents,
Right.
And then right afterwards we go to practice, and then we were going to McDonald's or eating some pizza, and our bodies was utilizing it. But we can't do that now. Our bodies are older. And now, in this day and age, we're much more wiser when it comes to nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the generation before us was very like as health conscious as we are now.
Yeah, and it's not like we don't have, and they didn't have all these platforms to learn as well, right? Like we do. We have Instagram, we have YouTube, we have all these different. It's constantly in our face. You know what I'm saying? So back in the day, they used leaning on the shake weight. You know what I mean? For real. That's all I used to see in the commercials.
Bro, I remember I had asked you about the shake weight one day. I was like, bro, do you see this shit? And you was like, well, in perspective, it works. Like I was like,
if you do that for an hour, you working out, my man.
Yeah, you
do that for an hour, you working out. I'm trying to tell you. You put on one of these watches, or these fitness trackers, and do a shake weight for an hour and see what happens. But the thing is, it's not sustainable. Nobody can do that for an hour straight or in certain increments. You're gonna get tired of doing that,
Right. So let's segue into recovery methods, right? Because we were just talking about nutrition, and that's we know that that's very important. So as far as recovery, do you feel that that's something that's overlooked?
Well, yeah, it, absolutely it is overlooked. And even as trainers, especially when I was a younger trainer, I didn't focus too much on that because I was trying to just have them burn as many calories as possible during that time period. I've changed through some of the research that I've done because I always feel like all this is mental. So it's important. Like if I have if I'm having one of my classes, I'll do at the end we'll do some type of meditation while we're stretching. Like it's like as far as like it's mental all the way down to physical because you have to release a lot of that, release all the I don't want to say toxins, but all all channel that energy back in that you
Yeah.
exerted out and then and try to because it's definitely important because at the end of the day if you're too overly stressed you'll run into cortisol level issues and everything will start storing as fat and all this other mumbo jumbo. So you want to be able to just kind of it's essential. You have to work on that.
Okay. Can you give the viewers some advice on some simple recovery methods that they can do post workout?
So yeah, I mean, I would say this: if you do give yourself, I mean, at least even like 5 minutes to do your basic stretches, nothing that you're bouncing around. If it's a dead man stretch and you're just leaning down and making sure everything is you're just trying to stretch every muscle group that you actually worked on, and then give yourself time to really like just close your eyes and just like relax your
Just
whole
bring it down.
body, man. Relax your whole body because when you're working out, it's getting up there, it's getting up there, but you have to come back down at some point so you'll be in a position to do that again the next day.
Okay. Now, do you have your clients or advise them to get enough sleep and actually implement nutrition in a certain way that's going to help them recover?
Well, yeah, well, that's absolutely what we talk about. I mean, the main thing with sleep, like I said, but like I've said to my clients before, if you're not getting enough sleep, then you're going to lose testosterone. That's one of the things that happens to the body. I know a lot of the ladies out there like, man, I don't want I don't want testosterone, but that's not. I'm not talking about to have a beard. I'm talking about to be able to develop muscle. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you don't get enough sleep, you're gonna lose a lot of muscle because you're not able to, your body's not able to recover enough. So it's important, and that's usually the biggest issue because usually they're stressed. They're either worried about what happened to them before, or they're too they're creating anxiety because what they got to do the next day. And that's why
Mm,
it's really it's two sides of the spectrum. That's why I try to tell my clients to just try to live in the present as much as possible.
great points. For I want to add to that, guys, when you guys are working out, if you're someone that is susceptible to getting sore, you really got to focus on your recovery because it would deter you for even wanting to go back in the gym. I get a lot of people that are okay, this is a prime example today. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want to put her out there, but it is
Hmm.
one of my clients. She said, "Man, I still feel what we did Thursday, and
Right.
today is Monday." And so her body is just susceptible to. She feels that delayed onset muscle soreness. She feels it later.
Right. Right. Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
3 4 days later. Right. Yeah.
Right. But what I know about her is she don't get enough sleep. I
Yeah.
know this.
Yeah.
So that's what we were trying to talk about. For her, and she's like, yeah, I know, like,
Yeah, right. And it's yeah. So that's just it's always like that, man. And people don't really like you to tell them what they're doing wrong, man. It's just a natural thing. You know what I mean? Because then now
yeah,
you're in a position where they have to hold themselves accountable for the information that you told them. But
yeah,
but when it comes to yeah, the importance of recovery, like like I said, a lot of people were athletes or they're used to exerting their bodies that much. But we have a lot of clientele that just really never were active before. So yeah, you gotta
yeah,
let them know it's gonna take you probably it's gonna take you some time if you were never active before then, especially with the intensity that comes with training. So even though we try to do some modified versions for them to make sure that doesn't happen, but if your body's not used to doing that, it's going to be sore. But I always tell my clientele too, if you are sore, the next day, it's probably important to do some type of like walking on a treadmill,
Move.
loosening those muscles up, because once they tighten and stiffen, that's where usually the pain comes in, after, even after the lactic acid buildup for the initial 2 days. But if your muscles are tight and you haven't done anything since then, yeah, you're going to be sore, man. Sore.
And then you're gonna be right back to square one again.
Right. As far as, yeah, because it's hard to be motivated to move if everything hurts.
Right. Shit. I'm 40. So shit hurt every day on me, no matter what I'm doing.
Look, man, I went outside this morning. My whole hand hurt. Like the joints in my hand hurt just walking outside. You know what I'm saying? So all that's catching up to me, man. But I'm like, okay, let me just let me deal with it. Let me give me a hand gripper or something. Let me move my hand around. You know what I'm saying? Let me get those muscles going, because the thing is, when it's stiff and you're not moving it enough, man, that's pain.
Oh man, bro. So speaking of that, a lot of people hit plateaus,
Yeah,
right? When they're working out, even elite people they can hit a plateau. But let's
right.
talk about someone who's like just an average person that just wants to look good, feel good, and just be healthy, right? When they're working towards their goal and they're losing weight, and then they're doing everything you told them to do, and then all of a sudden, boom, everything just stops. What is your advice to that? And how, can you give the people, the viewers, just some basic tips on how to overcome a plateau and to keep working in progress towards their goals?
Yeah, so it's, I always think like there's like this mind muscle connection, right? So if you're doing like 20 minutes of cardio, then doing your weight training, then stretching, and you're doing that for like a month, eventually your body gets used to that. Your body's like, hey man, look, we know what we about to do today. We about to get up, about to do this, do that. If you like maybe warm up, doing some warm up sets, do your workouts first, then do your cardio, you know what I'm saying, then recover, just a little, maybe a switching of the routine, and try to get away from the monotony of it, or try to jump into different programs. Like if you're plateauing, maybe join a Zumba class or something one of these days. Maybe switch it up where it's still more exciting. You won't necessarily have the monotony of trying to do the same thing every day, because your body adjusts to it on a regular basis. And
Perfect,
also,
perfect, perfect
yeah,
answer.
yeah,
Perfect answer.
and also progression, man. Like Erica was saying, with cycling, you know what I'm saying? You want to cycle through the programs when you're, a lot of my guys, we work out to a certain extent. We go to like 70% of our max, then we'll have a max day, because obviously they've gotten stronger. So now we
Mm-hmm.
could see where we can go back into, okay, now 60% of 315 is this, right? So so there's still
Mm-hmm.
some progression, and it should be progression in all your workouts. You know what I mean? Every set, or every set, you should have some type of progression, so to help with that.
Now how can we? What kind of tips you would give for the ladies where they are some typically focus on their weight loss, right?
Hmm.
But if they get stagnant, how can we? What kind of tips you have for the ladies in that regards?
Well, I tell ladies, man, y'all gotta lift weights, man. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that, you gotta do what I would say with the ladies, you want to do like testosterone boosting lifts, like deadlifting, squatting, even do some chest presses and some overhead presses. You don't got to, and I'm not talking about like super heavy, but something that's going to rev up your testosterone levels, where you could go through the rest of the workout still on 10. And I would also suggest um, some hit training as well. A lot of my classes, I like to do strength training, then go through hit training, and because you're still burning calories even after you're done doing the hit training, 30 minutes after you work out, so that could help them get to their goals. But yeah, like I said, weights all day for sure.
Yeah, yeah, because I find that you know, people get really discouraged. They feel like, oh, I'm doing everything, you know, my trainer told me to do. I'm eating everything she said, and then all of a sudden, boom. So what I want to throw out there is, because this is a situation that really happened to me too. You want to, guys, you want to weigh out all the variables that's happening in your life, whether you're taking a new medication, whether you're not getting enough sleep, you're not drinking enough water. See everything that's going on, all the variables, and try to pinpoint where it's happening, right?
Mm.
Because I just had a situation with a client. We laid out everything, and we found out that she had switched the medication up, and that's what caused it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so,
Mhm. Yeah, and
oh, go ahead.
that's the main thing that you said though. Like even as the trainer, man, the trainer has to let them know, or no, it has to be able to look into that. Why is this happening? Why? Because I know a lot of folks, they kind of cookie cutter, man. You ain't doing the way they do it. You messing up. It's something that you ain't doing right. But everybody's different, so you have to,
Mm-hmm.
you got to go. You got to think about their lifestyle. You got to think about the number of things that may be causing that stress. I know people who don't eat enough, and all of a sudden everything in their body is stored as fat because their body's in this stressful situation because it's not getting enough nutrients in their body. It's a whole bunch of things, you know what I'm saying, that could be a cause of that.
Great point, guys. You hear that? You can gain weight or gain fat if you don't eat enough. Ain't that about something?
Yeah. I mean, that's just how it is, man. You gotta, because I've had people even tell me through my the 90-day challenge that I'm doing. They're like, man, you sure I should be eating this many calories? It's the right kind of calories, but yes, because of how you will be working out during this process. So everybody is different, but you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're starving yourself because that's how they were surviving back in the day, man. They'll be in the middle of the forest somewhere, not getting enough food, and your body starts to kind of gets into that storage mode to help you survive as long as you can. And also, guys,
Mm-hmm.
please drink water, man. Drink
Man,
water, man.
you just made a great point. See, guys, our lifestyles has gotten spoiled.
Yeah,
Now we don't have to exert any energy to obtain our food, right?
yeah,
We could just, like right now, if I wanted something to eat, I could just do like this with this, and it's gonna come to me, right? Back in the day, we were hunters and gatherers. We had to move, we had to exert energy to go get our food sources. So you
yeah.
guys got to be cognizant of that. You gotta know.
Yeah, and even back in the day, I mean, shit. And even back then, we had to walk to get the food. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't even like, damn, like it ain't. Things have changed, man. Like, I still got like a lot of my old ways. I was at the grocery store today this morning. I'll park further back and walk my ass to the grocery store, and then
In
go
this
get my
weather,
stuff and come back.
shit.
Yeah, but no, it's a little parking lot. Like I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't over there on Damon walking to Lawrence, you know what I'm saying? But shit, I'm in the parking lot. Let me just do this little thing, you know what I'm saying? Get it out, then that's it.
Man, hey guys, um, what I want you guys in conclusion, I want you guys to focus on is just trying to make little tweaks to move more,
Yeah.
right? If you're, working from home now, don't just sit at the computer
It's
and
tough,
just
yeah.
sit there. Get up and walk back and forth. Um, you know, get up and stretch.
Yeah.
Just little things, man. Little things, and sleep more and drink more water. And before we go, I want you to re-plug yourself as far as like everything that you got going on, your clothing line. You didn't mention that before,
Oh
so
yeah, yeah.
let them know about your clothing line. If someone is in the area where your gym is located, they might be looking for a gym membership that's private. Just give them your whole things that you're doing.
Okay. Again, guys, if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at NLS Athletic underscore Chicago. Also, like I said, Kona Iron Bear Fitness, we're in the Edgewater area. We got classes. We got all types of classes. Check us out. I actually have an IG for that too that I put on here. It's at Iron Bear Fitness Chicago, and I have my F settling clothing line because you know we often settle for things that we don't deserve, man, and it's just a society that we tend to just be like, oh, might as well, or at least he don't do this, or at least she don't do that, or so there's stuff that we we don't value ourselves enough, so we ain't settling for none of that shit no more. So that's a part of
Man,
mine.
can you type that in the comments real quick before we get off so they can go to that page too if they're interested in that clothing line?
Yeah, I got you. I'm doing that right now. I'm in that old man mode. I'm like, okay, let me look at this. And then also at Iron Baptist, I just put both of them on there, man. So if you guys can follow,
Yeah,
I really
yeah, guys.
appreciate it.
Guys, if
And
you're
for
looking for a
yeah,
private gym in the Edgewater area where it's not a lot of people, and you guys probably don't want to be around a lot of people nowadays,
yeah, we got private
uh,
memberships over there for sure.
guys, check him out for sure. He's got a dope clothing line as well. This guy he's been in the game more than me. He's got a lot of knowledge. He's also a master trainer. So if you give him a follow, listen to the things he's saying, he's not gonna steer you wrong. I appreciate your time, brother.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you too, man. Thanks for having me talk on this platform, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Giving the people what they want, and then hopefully they listening, man. And like I said, if you guys follow me, just like you guys are following C Tibbs, man, just make sure that we appreciate and value you guys as followers, man. We're gonna give you the dope content. I'm not trying to give content out to have a whole bunch of followers. The people who fuck with me, man, I fuck with them.
That's dope. That's dope. That's what we stand on.
All
Hey guys, I
right,
hope you guys enjoyed Tips by Tibbs this episode, and I'll see y'all next week.
peace. Appreciate you, bro. Love.
Peace. Yes, sir.